Yo, 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 what's good with it, Pack fam? It's your boy, Mr. Check My Resume. I'm here to bring you my watch list for October the 21st. Y'all already know how we finna do. So first off, we want to get into this right here on my screen. We got LMT, Lockheed Martin. We wanna take a look at them. They had a monster earnings this week on the 17th, I think it was the date. And since then, they've just gone ballistic. So we're looking at a continuation play, looking at the bullish continuation on the day here at a level of entry. We're looking at the enter above 445.31. We should be looking to take out the high of the day yesterday, which was 447.57. And then we should be pushing up close to this 460 level overall. I think for tomorrow, we may, after we get to what is this, Thursday's high or Wednesday's high, then we'll see where we go from there. We may push up to 450, and then from there see what kind of smaller time frame broadening formations could be in the way. Lockheed Martin setting up for another strong move. Look like the TTO on the day today. Very strong inside day, looking for a bullish continuation on the day for Lockheed. In addition to the Lockheed with the monster earnings, they also just received a $2 billion NASA contract as well, just to throw a little something on top of that there, because that thing looking real chunky. It's looking like barbecue chicken to me. You know what I mean? If you're in the pack, you know what I'm talking about. So let's get on over here. Let's move into energy. A couple tickers I want to talk about here in the energy sector. The first of them is Energy Transfer, known as ET. We trying to phone home, man. So ET, we're looking at a entry on the inside 4 hour, looking at a bullish continuation here on the 4 hour above 11.95. And then moving over to the day, we're just looking for continuation here above $12.06. We are in, we are basically in continuation on the week as well. And we are close to triggering on the month here above $12.20. So we're just making our way up. Once we get this monthly reversal, we'll be looking to kind of push this thing up to, levels above 14, 15 bucks. But right now we got to, first things first is we got to, get through this broad formation level. But tomorrow I see the bullish continuation on the 4 hour above $11.95. So to keep it in the energy sector, I want to talk about Slumberger, SLB, Slum. I talk about that slum. So here on Slumberger, looking at a potential reversal on the 4 hour back up. Looks like a TTO here after this morning strong move. Price pushed down. Looks like we caught a low after that, and then price started to push up after that. So that's where that wick was created here on the low. So we're looking for a potential move to the upside on the 4 hour here above 45.93 will be our level for entry. And we get continuation on the day above $46.23. And that is Slumberger, ticker SLB. Next one, we want to get into the healthcare sector, and I want to get into Johnson & Johnson, J&J. Looking at Johnson & Johnson here, off the earnings this week, holding up pretty decently, sitting on top of a quarterly level broad formation here. So we're looking for a bullish continuation on the 4 hour above 165.36. And then also moving to the day, we've got a double inside day. So we're looking for an upside move above 165.74. And then we'll see what happens once we get a trigger point from there. But we're looking for J&J to push up. It really started out strong on the week, pushed up. Then we had a pull down, not today, but yesterday. And so we'll see if we pull down right into the broadening formation and price was bought up from there. So we'll see what happens and if we'll push up from this point here. But we're looking at this bullish continuation as a potential move to the upside. Staying within the healthcare sector, I want to talk about Pfizer really quick. And here on Pfizer, this is a bear setup. So I'm looking at a downside move on Pfizer. You see what it did on the 4 hour here. It's already 2 down. Moving over to the day, we're looking at a bearish continuation after this 2-2 reversal here. So we're looking at a 2-1-2 to the downside below $42.82. I'm looking to potentially take this one down to the $42 level, maybe slightly below that. And that should be a pretty short trade in the standpoint of, we're not looking to get a lot of magnitude on that one, but we're looking at a potential for this one to take it right to this broad formation right around 42 bucks, or maybe just below that. And that'll be what I'm looking for here on Pfizer. Maybe one that we can just take advantage of, get in, get out, and do what we need to do. Next one here, moving over into the communication sector. I want to talk about Verizon and their earnings tomorrow. They have this potential setup. We have a Chicago sitting here on the 4-hour, looking at a 312 above $37.16. We'll know pretty quickly what happens with Verizon, most likely before market opens. And we had the outside day, and we had to push down after that outside day. And looks like price was bought up at the point of control and then started to push back up. So we're looking to see what Verizon's going to do with the report in the morning. And if it is, we may get some action. And so that segues right into what we took advantage of today as a pack. We took advantage of AT&T this week. Very big move, 1,000% trades. I've seen the 500s, 1,000, multiple 100% plus 200, 300. So, the pack as a fan, we all just kind of cleaned house on that one. That was beautiful. So, so with the AT&T, looks like we had a TTO in the morning after that move, and looks like price is ready to give us more. So we're looking at a Momo hammer here on the 4-hour, looking at a 212 above $16.80 on AT&T, and it looks like we're going to try to go retest this broad formation level where it almost touched today. It didn't even touch the broad formation. It actually stopped at the volume shelf. So we'll see if we actually get to the broad formation tomorrow. But there's some room for this one to potentially move up. There should be some really, really cheap contracts, probably like 5 cents or less kind of contracts. So just something to be aware of for tomorrow. AT&T may be a sleeper that we can take advantage of. I really like that setup there on AT&T. So moving out of communications here, I want to talk about the banks. Another one that's a bit of a sleeper actually to the downside. This is a downside move here on Wells Fargo. Some of the other banks have already started to make their move. Looks like this one was lagging a little bit and stayed inside today, while some of the others have already kind of pushed down and broken through some of these broad information levels that is in front of Wells Fargo. So we are looking for a move to the downside. There's potential 212 below $43.50, which is right on the point of control here. So I'll be looking to take that entry below that trigger point. And there's a couple of different broad information levels here, but just looking at the sector weakness, I may see a potential for these to kind of clear through these first couple of broad informations on Wells Fargo. If you look at some of their counterparts, they've already kind of pushed through some of these broad information levels comparatively to what's on Wells Fargo's chart. So I'm getting the inclination that this one is weak just as much as the others, and just is lagging in that regard. So Wells Fargo is another one to look at as well to the downside. So looking at the 212 to the downside there on Wells Fargo. And then lastly, I want to talk about one tech stock, and that's chip related, and that is AMD. We'll talk about AMD. We got an inside 4-hour setup here, looking to a downside move, and a 122 potentially to the downside as well. Another ticker we looked at during our 0-day class today. And so first off, I really like the daily setup more so than the 4-hour. And when, on that rare occasion, but we do have the shooter here on the morning candle with the inside afternoon candle. So we are looking for that continuation down below 57.47. And then we've got a broad formation right around 56.50, somewhere in there. And if you're greedy, then you're looking at 55.75 or something like that. So, that'll be a level to kind of watch out for. And then here on the day, you're looking at this 122. And potentially taking this thing down to about 55, maybe below $55 as well on this one. Looks like the recent low was 54.57, so that could be a level to kind of look out for, 54.50 psychologically. So AMD, this is another one with short potential. We'll be seeing to see how the market opens up tomorrow. if we open up with if we stay up, or if we sell off. And so another thing to be looking at, the bonds are selling off pretty strongly. So we want to see if the bonds are going to continue to fall, or if they get bought up tomorrow as well. So that should have some impact on the market. So a lot of things to be in consideration of for tomorrow. Should be an interesting day. So keep your head on the swivel. Continuity will be your friend this week, or sorry, tomorrow. So don't put too much dip on your chip. Be patient and execute. Without much thought. Do all your prep before you step into the game. So with that, people, y'all have a great evening. I'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace.